Hey everyone, I'm Mamba Smith, and today we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, where we're gonna learn the ins and outs of filming a race. When you watch a NASCAR race on TV, your eye is drawn to the cars racing around the track.
We're live from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
But if you pay closer attention, there's announcers, reporters, different camera angles, replays, and graphics to all help tell the story of exactly what's going on. What you probably don't know is that each weekend, a crew of hundreds make this all possible. From producers to camera operators and everyone in between, each position has a defined role and responsibility to bring the race story to life. So how do they do it? And how many people does it take to broadcast a NASCAR race for TV? Well, today we'll hear from a few experts who are going to teach us how. So we're in the TV compound right now. There's a lot of big trucks and trailers around here. What is this place?
So, of course, the first thing you have, anytime you have something, you have to be able to plug it in. So we have generators here. Then you have the means to get the signal out to the people. So all the cameras, all the sound and everything comes into the production trucks. You have to be able to send it to wherever you're going.
Coming back in 3, 2, 1, we're back.
What all entails being a NASCAR producer?
Oh gosh, a lot of organization, a lot of collaboration, putting everything from the nuts and bolts together of how the show's gonna look, the content of the show, the technical aspects, but I think the top of the list is really planning how to tell the stories of all these drivers and personalities that are on the track every week.
What are your different roles in the control room? I'm sure you have multiple hats you wear.
Sometimes I'm in the front doing the line cut and the overall whole show with all the talent, talking in their ear, working with the director closely of where the line cut is going, how the stories are going to move, where the battles are on the track, just all the different elements of the show that you're putting a live puzzle together. Because when you look at the monitor wall, there's 100 monitors on there, and you're trying to look at tape machines and get reactions, and you're trying to follow it live. And I describe it sort of as this challenging giant jigsaw puzzle that you're editing and you're putting together live.
What's your role during the broadcast?
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of different things during the broadcast. In the simplest terms, I'm a pit reporter, right? What does that mean? Well, I'm doing a lot of different things in race. I'm listening to the broadcast, I'm listening to a producer, and I'm listening to the radio of the truck, so I can update basically the broadcast on what's happening.
So it's like being a sideline reporter at an NFL game or NBA.
Exactly. Yep, you're updating on trends, what's going on during the race, before and after.
So what goes into a NASCAR race broadcast? Like, what are the different things that we don't know that you guys are doing behind the scenes?
Well, one of the things is that it's hard to translate speed on a television. So through camera placement and the number of cameras and sound, we have to bring that experience to the viewer.
It helps having those cameras, and the great thing about me is I have a monitor too, so I can see what's going on. So if there's an issue on a different side of the track, if there's an issue down at a different pit, I can figure it out without being there, knowing like, hey, I need to haul it to get there, or I need to make sure that if I can't get there, they're aware of the broadcast so they can get a camera there, a person there. That stuff adds to the broadcast, adds to your enjoyment, and adds to maybe you becoming a fan of a certain driver.
During a race, how many storylines might you be following, or how do you adjust from one storyline to another?
You could be following up to 10 or 12 storylines. It just depends on what's really happening, and there's times all chaos breaks loose. I mean, you got someone at the care center, you've got somebody up on pit road at the end of a race ready to have an argument, you've got the guy at the start-finish line doing backflips, you've got, you're trying to cover everything at one time, and you have to prioritize, okay, what are the top things, and then move through there.
Why is storytelling so important in the broadcast?
If you think about it, people root for guys or girls they like.
Right.
So the best way to decide who they like is to let them know about these people. And that's where those storylines come in. You find out, what's driving this person, why this track is so important to them, who's here to watch them, what happened to them that might have affected how they're competing on that day, and what they're interested in. So that's where I come in.
we try to put ourselves into the body of the viewer. What would the viewer want to see?
That was awesome. Who knew so much went into putting a NASCAR race on TV? Now let's see what you can do. If you could film a race, how would you do it? How many cameras would you need to tell your great race story? And where would you put them? How you tell your story is entirely up to you.